Chances are that if you're watching this video right now, you're probably cheating yourself and you don't even know it. Maybe you've set goals for yourself that you keep failing at. Maybe it's a weight loss or a weight gain or the body that you've always dreamed of having. Maybe it's being a better father, a better mother, being more present. Maybe it's a career ladder change, something that you want to achieve and you actually believe discipline is the enemy of your success. I want to show you how to fall in love with discipline. I want to give you 5 things that you can do that will help you fall in love with discipline and get control of your life. Discipline doesn't have to be all bad. It's gotten a bad rap. When you think about discipline, I don't know about you, but I think about going to Catholic school, the hallways feeling tight, the nuns telling me what I was and wasn't allowed to do, all the discipline in the mornings, all the things you had to get done before you got to school. Maybe it was my dad putting some heavy pressure in my brain that was so tough and I had to live by these rules. In high school, I couldn't wait to have real freedom. Discipline had a bad rap. And having a disciplined approach was something that probably until my mid-20s, I felt was the opposite to the answer. The opposite to the answer? How could that even be? The reality was discipline gets a bad rap, but when you start to see all the things that a disciplined approach can provide our lives, can provide our productivity, can actually do to enhance everyday living, it changes your perspective. It's funny because as an adult, I can look back on the very things that I thought were the worst things in the world, and they're the greatest part of what I've become. Ultimately, how do you get there? How do you actually implement the steps needed to have discipline as something you love? The first thing, the very first thing is you have to have a very big why. Okay, I don't care what you're doing, the why cannot be small. All right, if you and I both know you have to lose a lot of weight and you set the goal as 3 or 5 pounds, that's not a big why. Changing something in your diet, like something super small, like I'm not gonna eat this one thing, and not changing all the other aspects of your life, not big enough, okay? Stop picking empty goals and things that aren't going to actually be big enough. Pick a bigger why. A bigger why, like helping your family achieve a goal or a dream they've always wanted to do. And I don't mean stuff either. I mean things that really make a difference. You know, seeing yourself in a big picture way. Your why might be as big as God and living a really great life. Living a way that helps your neighbor in a way that's so kind and so great that it just helps you be better every day. Discipline can do so many things, but the first thing is, what is that why? Why are you doing it? If you can't remember why you're doing it when you get to the point that you feel like quitting, guess what happens? You go to number 2 and you cheat. But we're not telling you to cheat, we're telling you to stop cheating. See, quit the cheating. The cheating is actually an empty promise every day. See, it's like if I just do this today, I'll go back to the discipline tomorrow, but discipline doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Discipline is something that you have to set a goal. I set my morning routine in a way where I'm extremely disciplined. There are mornings where I wake up and I do certain things before I get out of bed. But some mornings I just want a cup of coffee. I just want to walk downstairs and get my cup of coffee. And in the very beginning, I wanted it all the time because that's the first thing I was doing before, right after I have a glass of water. But still, I was getting my cup of coffee. But when I began the new morning routine with meditation and scripture and the things that I do today, I had to anchor it to something in the morning and I had to make it something that I didn't cheat on. And I didn't cheat at all. I didn't cheat on Saturday. I didn't cheat on Sunday. I did the same thing every day. And today, if you don't cheat yourself, you actually start to realize that you feel cheated when you don't do it the right way. Once it becomes a habit in your life, you actually feel like you're cheating yourself. You flip the script. See, you give yourself the very thing you needed in the beginning. That motivation becomes succeeding, not quitting. not cheating. This is another big one. I'll use diet again because I think it's the most relatable thing when it comes to goals and succeeding in discipline, right? Cheating, having cheat days are fine. You gotta have some days where you do certain things, but let's be honest. If you remove something completely to achieve your goal, it's way easier than having Saturday and Sunday where you eat it a bunch of times. Because all you're doing is building up towards what you can't have, right? So this leads us to the next thing. The next thing is visualizing the success you want now and later, okay? Why now and later? Because you have to visualize the success you want in the end. What are you working towards? What's that big why? Let's remind what we're working towards, the big why, but let's also visualize what we feel like, what we look like, what it's gonna be like when you achieve this goal. That keeps the end. Seeing that pathway makes you work in a way that helps you succeed. Keeping the end in mind helps that visualization and the goal be real, accomplishable, focused. But now, why is now important? Now is super important because guess what you want to do every day? If you want to fall in love with discipline, you have to actually love the now. The now is important because when you go to bed the next day, you're going to tell yourself, tomorrow morning, I'm going to do this. Tomorrow morning, this is what my day is going to look like. I'm visualizing tomorrow morning. And when I wake up, the first thing I do is I say, now I'm going to execute what I visualized yesterday. And when I'm starting to visualize today, I'm thinking of the end in mind. Visualizing success works now and later. You got to do both. Don't think it's good enough to just do the later because you will forget. Let's go back to the diet again one more time. What do you want to look like? Do you look the way you want to look right now? Probably not. Later? Maybe. But long term, you look really great. You look exactly as you want to look. Visualizing that success helps you achieve it. The next item, this one's crucial. The next one is absolutely crucial. Why? Because it's positive versus negative. You cannot succeed if the only thing you focus on are the things you've taken away, the things you're not doing, the things you're not getting, the things you won't do anymore, what you used to feel like when you got to do this, how much you love cake. I don't care what it is, right? It's ridiculous. You can't fall in love with discipline if the only thing you do is focus on the negative. Everything's got to be positive. Everything's got to be positive reinforcement. I feel better when I have structure. I feel better when I have more freedom at the end of my day. I feel better when I get my workout in the morning. I look better. I feel better. Remind yourself of all the positive things that you're working towards. And you work your way backwards, by the way. Every one that I've listed before goes with a positive mindset, positive reinforcement, positive, positive, positive. Negativity kills motivation. Negativity kills discipline. If I associate motivation with discipline, I succeed. If I associate negative action to discipline, I'm constantly angry and frustrated at what discipline means. So go back to being a kid. Little Scott is mad because I had to follow these rules. These rules are impeding, infringing upon my freedoms. No, they weren't. They were giving me the guidelines to be successful, to be able to tap into them later and realize how comfortable I am with discipline. See, the positive result, looking back on things that were disciplined in your life and you succeeded at, and then seeing the positive in it, is another way to actually succeed in the future. See, now and later can work good too, but you can also go past. If you use positivity and you look in the past, what positive things have you achieved based on discipline that you're so proud of today? What are you doing today? I was talking to someone earlier and they said they started running 2 miles a day. And once they started doing that, I said, okay, how did it feel? And they said it hurt a lot. I didn't like it. I didn't feel good. But then I started feeling great. And then I started feeling like, oh my gosh, I didn't get my run in today. Now I got to do it. See, it became that habit. It became something you love. When it becomes something you love, it's associated with positivity. But sometimes we have to go backwards to find the positive. Find something that you're grateful for every day about what you're applying, what you're trying to apply this discipline to. Last but not least, this goes for every single one of the things I've listed. It's called the circle of accountability. If you are constantly surrounded by friends who want you to do what they're doing because it makes them feel better, and you have laid out a disciplined approach to succeed at something, and you've shared it with them, and all they want to do is blow you up all the time, you got to change your circle. You got to change your circle. It's not going to work. If every time you walk into your mom's house, she says, you got to eat this cake. You got to have it. I made this special for you. And you say, Mom, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to lose 20 pounds. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to get healthier. I'm trying to do this. My mom says to me, whatever you need me to do, I've got your back. My mom will make anything for me. She goes so overboard. I get a call on Saturday and she's like, what can you eat in your diet again, Scott? I want to make sure I have everything. I'm like, Mom, just make what you're going to make. I know what I can eat. I'm fine, right? My mom is the opposite. My circle of accountability is so strong that they want to bend over backwards to help me achieve my goals. Most people, your circle of accountability is surrounded by a bunch of friends that want you to fail. They're the friend that wants to eat the dozen donuts with you. And they want you to feel bad about yourself so they feel good about them. That's not who I surround myself with. You want to fall in love with discipline? Create a circle of accountability of people that love you enough to tell you the truth. People that love you enough to help you achieve your goals and hold you accountable. That love you enough to listen to you when you're struggling with it. Because we all struggle with whatever we're trying to do, right? Maybe it's just, whatever it could be. Maybe it's something as simple as having more time in your day for your family. See, freedom comes with discipline, through discipline. They work together. What I learned looking back in my life, I've said this a couple times, I'll say it again, is that the discipline that my father and my mother provided me, the structure that I had in Catholic school, the challenges that I faced going through an earlier curfew, all the things that were set up in my life that I thought were infringing upon my freedom were the things that helped me today feel more comfortable in stages of discipline. I'm able to do it because people before me laid it out for me. They didn't give me ultimate freedom. That's a trap. Ultimate freedom is laziness, and you're empty. Freedom is what you define as successful, and you get there by discipline. Fall in love with discipline. I think you'll be happy with it. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment. Tell us why this video matters to you and help us get the word out. And if you like videos like this, watch this next.